Hello everybody, this is Jerry from Unlimited Events Group and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Jerry. And today I'm having coffee with Paula, our events manager. So today we're going to be finding out, because we know that experience does count in our event industry. And today Paula is going to be telling us about her experience since she started doing events. Paula, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Thanks for the coffee.
That's a pleasure. I hope it tastes well. Yeah, well, sorry about that.
But it tastes good.
It tastes good. Okay, I'm glad. I'm really glad that it tastes good. And Paula, you know, people want to know this, and I think clients, they love it when they meet somebody, and that person, you know, they have such a vast experience, you know, in what they do, you know, and today we're talking obviously events. And I would like to know, and the audience and the people that are watching us, they want to know, you know, when did Paula start with this? Where did Paula start? Who's Paula?
You know, we are at great risk of giving my age away right now with that question. Huh?
I'm sorry.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
In essence, I've been in events for 25 years.
Wow.
Prior to that, and in fact, strange story, I got my first check. They were still printing checks back then. See why I say I'm giving my age away?
Sure.
I got my first check for my first event the day the Twin Towers came down.
What?
I was walking out of the building and I saw the stories on the TVs, which was like, it's something that I'll never ever forget, which is really, really, really strange. Prior to that, I was in heavy corporate, so I worked for companies like Anglo and Mutual and Federal and Rennie's Travel and Nedbank. And Nedbank, that division, I was required to do a lot of eventing type work. So they actually paid for me to go and do an eventing course.
Sure, nice.
And the bug bit. And then because I had such good relationship with them, I said that I would be leaving and starting my own business, and they became my first client. They gave me my first check the day the Twin Towers came down.
Wow.
And once I'd done that event, and I started with a bang, so that event was for over 350 people. Very first event I'd ever done.
Nice.
On my own. And after that, there was no looking back.
Wow.
You know, starting from the ground up definitely helps. When you get to this stage of the game and you've been there, done that over 25 years, there's still room to learn. Yeah. Always, because we're evolving. We're an evolving market and industry. But I think you've probably been through every goosebump moment from the good and the bad perspective of it. Yeah. I think you've probably experienced just about everything that could go wrong.
Sure, yeah.
And everything that could go right.
Yeah, yeah.
So that all kind of like adds to the memory banks, and something that always makes events just about fail-proof.
Sure. Because
you've kind of like been there, done that. Yeah, you know what to expect.
Absolutely. And well, obviously we're not giving ages away here. We don't want to do that.
Well, work it out, Jerry. I didn't start when I was 13.
Okay. We can start working it out now. Where's the calculator? But anyway, I want to, you know, when you started, you know, doing that, and until today, this moment,
yes,
has anything changed, shifted? Do you feel like it's still the same?
If one has to look at the last 25 years and how it all started, for me, certainly, I think very much I was a logistics coordinator.
Sure.
Starting from the ground up, and I think that's what happens in most careers, not just in our industry, is that when you start from the ground up and you're packing those boxes and carrying those boxes and setting events up and doing everything from the ground up, you actually start understanding how amazing the dynamic is of the type of team that we have, that one can concentrate on what you're good at, and everybody else is really good at their job, and as a result you have this cohesive team that delivers these amazing experiences that are experiential for the client.
Absolutely.
Because as one person you can do as much as you can, but you can only do as much as you can at the end of the day. So one would need to almost show pictures of what you've done in the past to be able to sell a concept to a client. And nowadays you don't really need to do that. You create what the client's vision is.
Oh, yes.
I actually got something out of the archives. Can I show you?
Yes, please. Sure.
How do you like that?
What is this?
That is like, I think it was from 1970. No, I think it was later than that.
Wow.
Sure.
You're...
Nice, hey? How's those colours?
Compared to this, what we put now is features, and I'm looking at this as features.
I know.
If you went to a client with this, I think the client will kick you out.
Well, the client obviously understands that what we are now able to offer is not this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But back then, they thought it was amazing.
Oh, yes.
So all we've done is really move with the times. But it's beautiful to look at this because this actually shows you how we've moved in and out of trends in events that are prominent and then all of a sudden are gone.
Sure.
You know, like as an example now, people love the balloon arch thing.
Oh, yes.
How long is that going to last?
Yeah.
You know, once you've taken the pictures and it's on social media, you can only do it so many times.
Yeah.
And then the next trend comes in. And I think people, especially within this company, and I've said it a few times, we've got people that sit up there that conceptualize these types of things that are trendsetters. And we create, us as a company, I believe that we create trends.
Absolutely.
And the trends are good, and they vibey, and they work with whatever the client's budget is and whatever the client's vision is. And that's the beauty of AI, because now you can take what the client's looking for and interpret it into a creative format, because AI still needs that creative. You still need to tell it what to do, but you can do it in a way that represents exactly what the client's going to get. And that makes the client comfortable.
Absolutely.
Because they know what to expect on the day.
Absolutely. Now that's very true what you're saying.
That's it up there.
So I want to find out from you now, well, let's say you've been in the events industry for 25 years now. And those 25 years, what were your highlights? What is that one event that you remember, you will never forget?
Gosh, I've done a lot of events, and like I said, a lot of goosebump material, both good and bad, like when there's storms coming up and all of your gazebos fly across the road, and I'm talking like 20 years ago, when you didn't need a COC and an engineer to sign everything off. And all of those things that are in place now sometimes are, clients get a little irritated with it, but it's so important because you know that that's not going to happen to you. You're not going to have your event destroyed that way, And that's serious goosebump material, because you're going to figure out how to get that event back on track. And I think, if I think about probably one of the most memorable events that I've done was when I looked after one of the headline sponsors at Kyalami for Festival of Motoring. And we were on site for 10 days. And we had upper pits, lower pits, VIP areas, kids areas, hospitality areas, and all the rest. And 4 months of planning, 21 people planning. Full time.
Wow,
and watching that come together, and then we did an activation on the track where I got in a whole bunch of lifestyle bikers, and they went and they rode on the track, a couple of hundred of them. And then we had the airplanes kind of like bombing right over their heads, and doing a display for everybody. And I think that's probably one of the most memorable events that I've ever done, in as far as budget and scale, and watching it all come together. But at the end of the day, my goosebump moment is when I've made the client the hero.
Oh, wow.
Because when they come at you with that smile, and they hug you, and they make you feel like you're part of their family and their team, and that you've actually added value to what they do as people and as a company, that's my goosebump. It's not so much the event itself. It's the reaction that you get from people walking in, and from the clients having achieved whatever their vision was.
Wow. So we can say experience does count.
100%. Look, there's always room for improvement.
Absolutely.
When you stop learning, you may as well die, as far as I'm concerned. But having the experience means that you get to enjoy the good side of events versus constantly worrying about what could go wrong. Because you get to a stage where you don't really worry about what could go wrong, because you know you've got all your bases covered.
True.
And then it's really only elements that you are not in control of, like the weather and people and traffic and accidents and that type of thing, which you're not in control of. But once you have the experience, I think the most important thing is to keep an open mind and to always be willing to learn from the trendsetters and to learn from people that have vision different to yours.
Oh, yes.
Because once you've done an event for a client, and I've had clients that I've kept for 15 years, and their biggest thing at the end of every event was, what are you going to do next year, Paula? And that kind of like goads you to get the step up and to do better and to do better. But you also get to a place where how much more creative can you be? And that's when you need to start surrounding yourself with people like we have here, like the Kims and the Theresas that are just amazing trendsetters and just add so much value to the system and to the products that we buy and everything else. And we all learn from each other, and I think that's the beauty of this team.
Yeah, no, it is actually. And I'm sure you have a message for the young ones. And, you know, the young ones, they want to be like you, or maybe they want to be like a Kim or a Theresa. And what is the advice you can give to the young ones? Because, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow. By the way, I'm the young one also.
I know, right? I'm your elder.
Yeah. But, you know, the young ones, they want to learn. They want to do what you're capable of, you know. And what's the message, what's the advice you can give to them?
I've coached many young people in the eventing sphere. And they all believe that it's very glamorous, you know, because you get into events for free and you do this for free. And in their head, eventing is not what we know it to be. Yeah. Eventing is hard work.
Oh, yes, it is.
There's no weekends, there's no hours. I mean, if the phone rings at 1 a.m, you know it's because there's a problem. Yeah. So you actually, you live events. It's in your blood.
It's passion also.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, like you have to have passion, you know, commitment and
yeah. So when they first start, a lot of them go into it thinking in that way.
Glamorous and
then they don't make it because, you know, they like to go to bed at a certain time and not wake up very early. But those that really are committed and make it, and I've seen it happen, and I've seen them start their own businesses and all the rest. I've always said to them, yes, you can go and do a course. And I've seen courses on the internet that say you can be an event expert in 1 year. No, you cannot.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Okay, you can learn the basics of events on paper, which is a good foundation. The only way that anyone can teach you how to do an event is to put you in the field.
Absolutely.
Put you in that venue, make you experience those events, make you experience the things that go wrong, the things that go right. You learn on the ground. You learn.
Absolutely.
You learn that way. And if you're in it for the long haul and you're willing to go through all of those and to actually push through those times where it doesn't feel great and you're exhausted and you haven't slept for 3 days and all the rest, eventually you'll get to a stage where you realize that it's all worth it because you're actually doing something that a lot of people dream of doing. We're actually loving it.
Yeah, we are.
We no 2 days, no 2 clients, no 2 events are the same.
Sure.
And isn't that the beauty of not being a bank teller?
Absolutely.
Where you literally just doing something completely different and creating and being an architect and an experiential person rather. And being that person to the client that kind of makes their dreams come true. So, yeah, I don't think I would have changed anything.
Yeah.
I think if I had to go back and do it all over again, I'd probably still be sitting here talking to Jerry.
Wow, nice. Wow. Thank you so much. Well, I think we can sit here for hours and hours and hours. I think you've got a lot to tell, but unfortunately...
And I have 7 quotes to do, Jerry.
Oh, yes. You have to go. You have to go. But thank you for your time and thank you for that, for sharing that with us. I think, I mean, myself, I look at you and I'm like, wow. I think I can learn a lot from her, you know. So thank you for being part of this great team that we have here at Unlimited Events. And we look forward working with you, learning from you as young ones. You know, I'm still young. You know, we look forward working with you.
That said, we learn a lot from the young ones too, because you guys know stuff that we just never did.
Well, I think we need each other, I think.
100%. I think that's why I say such a dynamic team, because everyone brings something different to the party. It was great chatting to you.
Thank you so much
for having me.
Thank you for your time. There you have it, and until next time, cheers.
And that's when you... the
Hello.
How's it?
Good, how are you? You must not cut her out of that video.
that was actually such a cool. You should keep it in.
Don't cut her out.